you talked earlier about peaks and troughs sort of on your journey, right?
Yeah.
And I would love to talk a little bit about like when you actually owned your faith as your own. Because I've been thinking about that a lot, and I was having a conversation with a college guy. I was down giving a talk at GCSU last week, and we got into this, and I was thinking about it. I've said before on the show that my conversion was mostly intellectual early on, and then I've been slowly but surely trying to make it more of a conversion to the heart as I've gotten older. But I don't think I can honestly say it was until after I was married. Like I prayed lip service, right? And I believed, but I didn't feel, and it wasn't something that was all encompassing in my life. Yeah. And I honestly don't think it was until I had children of my own that I sort of had this like terrifying realization that I had to do better about this stuff. And I've had friends talk about how much harder their like faith life and stuff has been since they had kids because time consuming and stress and whatever. And I've had the exact opposite experience. My experience has been like, oh no, I really need to get my crap together because I now am responsible for these 5 little souls running around my house and I am not good enough. I'm not doing a good job. And so I really need to up my own game. And I don't know when that happened. It's sort of one of those things that I look back on and even talk with my spiritual director. I was like, man, I've grown so much in my faith somehow over these past 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, since I've been having these children. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Probably the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it was that Southern Catholic for me. I mean, I was born and raised Catholic. So
right.
For me, the college experience was kind of more rebellious, I guess.
Yeah.
And then of course there was a handful of people who kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
At Southern Catholic, that kind of, I would say, pushed me in more
of
the
from a faith
direction.
standpoint? Okay. So I might have talked about this on the show before.
Yes.
There's a great episode of South Park, which I'm not recommending, but the episode, there's these guys who come to the elementary school where the main characters are, who put on a don't smoke like PSA, right? And it's awful. It's so embarrassing. They're doing all this just super lame stuff. It's really cringy. And at the end, they're like, and if you want to be like us, then never smoke. And then it immediately cuts to all the kids from South Park smoking cigarettes by a dumpster. And that's the vibe I get from a whole lot of Catholics who are, I think for the most part, really good human beings, like, who are well-intended, right? But make the faith the most unappealing thing in the entire world. And it becomes this pride thing, which I'm super guilty of. I talk about how I struggle with pride all the time, right? But it becomes this sort of pride, this thing that they have to prove to themselves and try to demonstrate to others how much better they are than them.
Yes.
And what it does is no one has ever been converted that way. All it ever does is make you want to run away from that. Exactly. There are so many people in my life that I've seen the way that they've, their faith has been expressed and the way they carry themselves, that I thought, man, if this is what it means to be Catholic, I want to be the exact opposite of that.
Exactly.
So I totally get that.
I mean, at Southern Catholic, we've dealt with a lot of spiritual immaturity, and that is what you're seeing there with that.
Can you define spiritual immaturity?
What you just described is exactly how I would define it. Those who are real up in your face and trying to put on this front of like, this is how you have to be, and if you're not Catholic, you're going to be really turned off by that.
Right.
So if you're turned off by
if you're Catholic, you're going to be turned off by it too.
Even if you're well, I think that a spiritual maturity allows you the opportunity to maybe nurture that person,
right,
and to help them grow.
But I think if you're culturally Catholic and you're one of those people who just claim then it's a lot more off-putting. You think, oh my gosh, is this what the faith is? And I've had a lot of conversations with people like that over the years, who's literally their whole trajectory or mindset or whatever you want to call it in regards to their walk with Christ towards the church has been derailed entirely because of and a lot of times it's family members, sometimes it's friends or whatever. That's just, let me be the opposite of that.
To me, they're just green bananas.
Green bananas? What do you mean?
Well, green bananas they're
not ripe.
Oh, they're not ripe yet. Okay.
Yeah, they're bananas and they're in good shape, but they're not ripe
yet. You can eat them eventually, but they're too hard right now.
They are too hard. Yeah. They need
That's
to
good. That's a really good analogy.
I haven't heard that before.
I'm going to use that. Did you just come up with that?
I did. Holy Spirit. This is not me.
That was really good. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you're enjoying the content, be sure to like, subscribe, and go back and watch a full-length video. We talk a lot more about this. We get into some other stuff. I think you'll love it. Thanks.